Have you ever caught your cat staring at you and wondered what's actually going through their mind? Are they seeing you as their owner, their friend, or something completely different? The truth is going to surprise you because science reveals that your cat's perception of you is stranger and more fascinating than you ever imagined. You might think you're the boss, the one who feeds them and takes care of them, but in your cat's eyes, the relationship looks entirely different. Let's dive into the secret world of how cats really see humans, and why understanding this will completely change your relationship with your feline friend. If you're ready to unlock these secrets, hit that subscribe button so you never miss another eye-opening cat video. Your cat's eyes work nothing like yours. While we see the world in vibrant colors full of reds, greens, and blues, your cat experiences something much more muted. Cats are built for hunting at twilight, those magical hours of dawn and dusk, when their wild ancestors would stalk prey. This means their vision is specifically designed for low-light conditions, not bright daylight. When you wear that gorgeous red sweater you just bought, your cat sees it as a dull, grayish tone. Reds and pinks simply don't register in their visual spectrum the way they do for us. They can pick up blues and greens reasonably well, but warm colors fade into muddy, indistinct shades. Here's something even more surprising. When your cat sits 6 feet away from you, they can't see the fine details of your face. They won't notice if you're smiling, frowning, or making silly expressions. Their visual sharpness is significantly lower than ours. But before you feel sad about this, understand what they do see incredibly well. Movement. Even the tiniest flicker of your finger or the slightest shift in your posture catches their attention instantly. This is their predator instinct at work, and it means they're reading your body language on a level we can barely comprehend. And facial recognition. Cats don't really use it. Unlike dogs who memorize human faces, cats identify you through completely different channels. Your voice is a major identifier. The specific rhythm and tone of how you speak tells them exactly who you are. Your scent is even more important. Cats have an extraordinary sense of smell, and your unique scent signature is like a fingerprint to them. They also know you by your routine, the patterns of your daily life. This is why your cat can walk right past a photograph of you without any reaction whatsoever, but the second you open the refrigerator at their usual feeding time, they materialize out of nowhere like magic. So in purely visual terms, you're not a clearly defined person to your cat. You're more like a tall, somewhat blurry figure that moves in specific ways and carries a familiar scent. But don't underestimate how powerful that recognition is. It's actually deeper than visual memory because it's built on multiple senses working together. Cats don't categorize the world the way humans do. We put everything in boxes. This is a human, that's a cat, that's a dog. But your cat doesn't think in species categories. Instead, they define everyone and everything by behavior patterns. They build what researchers call an environmental memory. They don't just remember places, they remember patterns. The sound of your footsteps, the time you usually wake up, the way you speak to them, the emotional energy you bring into a room. All of these behaviors create a map in their mind of who you are. To your cat, identity isn't about what you look like. It's about how you act. You're the person who fills the food bowl at specific times. You're the presence that speaks in that particular soft voice. You're the one who opens the door in that familiar way. They don't see you as a human in the way we classify ourselves. You're simply a unique presence in their social environment, a behavioral pattern that brings safety and comfort. And here's the fascinating twist. Cats don't separate you from themselves in the way we separate different species. To them, you're not some towering two-legged creature from a different world. You're just part of their reality, another being in their territory. They recognize you're different in size and shape, obviously, but they don't obsess over those differences like we do. What matters to them is your consistency. Are you predictable? Do you respect their boundaries? Do you provide for them? These behavioral questions define their entire perception of you. This is why sudden changes in your behavior can deeply confuse or upset them. You are their constant, their reference point in the world, their emotional anchor. When that anchor shifts unexpectedly, their whole sense of security can shake. Now we get to one of the most heartwarming revelations. When your cat rubs against your legs, when they curl up beside you on the couch, when they headbutt your chin, these aren't just random gestures of affection. These are social signals that cats use with other cats. Cats don't form packs like dogs. They create loose, territory-based social groups. When one cat likes another cat, they communicate it through slow blinking, nuzzling, grooming, and kneading. Sound familiar? Your cat is treating you exactly like they would treat another cat they care about. You're not being tolerated. You're not some strange creature they've learned to live with. You're part of their colony, part of their family group. This is profound when you really think about it. They've accepted you into their inner circle. This also explains some behaviors that seem strange at first. Why do cats sometimes bring you gifts like dead bugs, leaves, or toys? It's not a misunderstanding or a weird quirk. Mother cats bring food to their kittens as a bonding behavior. When your cat brings you something, they're not trying to gross you out or impress some superior being. They're treating you as an equal, as a valued member of their group. It's a gesture of trust and connection. So do cats know we're not actually cats? Probably on some level, yes. But the crucial point is, they don't care. The categories we create, human versus cat, dominant versus submissive, owner versus pet, these mean absolutely nothing in feline society. What matters to them is how you behave. Are you gentle and predictable? Do you respect their space when they need it? Do you provide food and safety? If the answer is yes, then congratulations. You've been accepted into their tribe. You're one of them, even if you don't have fur and whiskers. Let me ask you something. Have you ever noticed that your cat treats you differently than they treat strangers? That special trust they show you. Share your experience in the comments. I'd love to hear your story. But wait, there's more to this relationship. Your cat doesn't just think you're another cat. Many animal behaviorists believe your cat actually sees you as their parent, more specifically, as their mother. Let's look at the evidence because it's pretty compelling. Kittens need their mother's belly to stimulate milk flow when they're nursing. It's an instinctive behavior tied to survival. But what do adult cats do? They need your lap, your stomach, your soft blanket. They're reenacting that infant memory, that deep connection to maternal comfort. This behavior doesn't fade as they grow up. They continue it throughout their entire lives with you. Here's another piece of the puzzle. Kittens meow to their mothers to get attention, to signal hunger or distress. But adult cats rarely meow at each other. In cat-to-cat communication, meowing is almost exclusively a kitten behavior. So why does your adult cat meow at you constantly? Because they're using kitten communication. They're speaking to you the way a young cat speaks to its mother. Think about other behaviors. When your cat follows you from room to room when they cry if you leave the house, when they lie down next to you when you're feeling sick. These are all behaviors that kittens display with their mothers. They stay close to mom because she represents safety, warmth, food, and guidance. You've become that source for them. Even grooming fits this pattern. When your cat licks your hand or gently nibbles your hair, they're performing allo grooming, the bonding behavior that kittens share with their mother and siblings. This isn't just affection in a general sense, it's familial bonding at the deepest level. When your adult cat grooms you, they're not pretending or playing. They're reenacting the most profound emotional connection they've ever known. This parent-child dynamic also explains their emotional dependency. Cats don't just seek you out for food, they seek you for emotional regulation. Just like a kitten returns to its mother's warmth when frightened or stressed, your adult cat comes to you for that same psychological comfort. You're not just a food dispenser or a convenient warm body, you're their emotional safe haven. And this relationship isn't fake or instinct-driven in a shallow way. It's deeply emotional. It's connected to their brain chemistry, their memories, their sense of security. This is real love, real attachment, expressed in the only way cats know how. Some people still believe cats are cold or detached, that they only stick around for the free meals. But science tells us something completely different. Cats remember. They feel. They notice when you're sad, when you're stressed, when you're happy, and they respond to those emotional states in measurable ways. If your cat curls up next to you more often when you're having a rough day, that's not coincidence. If they meow louder when you're on an important phone call, it's not just random noise. These are adaptive, responsive behaviors. You matter to them, not just as a resource, but as a living, feeling presence that impacts their emotional world. Their bond with you isn't mechanical. It's personal. It's the result of shared history, of routines repeated day after day, of sounds and reactions and moments of trust that build over time. So the next time your cat presses their paws into your chest, purrs against your neck, or stares into your eyes like they're looking straight into your soul, remember this: they're not seeing you as a human. They don't see you as separate or different. They see you as family. Cats are also emotional mirrors in ways most people never realize. Many cat owners report that their pets behave differently depending on their own emotional state. This isn't imagination. Cats are incredibly attuned to your body language, your vocal tone, and even subtle scent changes triggered by stress hormones. When you're anxious, your cat might retreat or become more watchful. When you're calm and relaxed, they're often more affectionate and playful. This means your cat isn't just passively living in your space. They're actively responding to you, adjusting their behavior to maintain emotional balance in the environment. That quiet comfort they offer when you're grieving or upset, that's not random. It's a form of empathy. They may not understand your specific problems, the work deadline or the family argument, but they absolutely understand you. They recognize emotional distress and respond to it. That emotional mirroring creates a bond that goes deeper than most people imagine. Cats might lack words, but they compensate by tuning into your emotional frequency at an incredibly sophisticated level. Their silence isn't ignorance, it's attention. It's recognition without language. Territory also plays a massive role in how cats view you. To a cat, territory is everything. Their entire world is defined spatially, not just socially. Every room, every surface, every corner carries meaning through scent markers, routines, and established rules. Your presence in their territory becomes part of the structure they depend on. You're not just visiting their space, you've been integrated into it. You moving through the house, performing your daily rituals, existing calmly in their domain. All of this reinforces stability in their world. When you leave, it's not just that you're gone. There's a disruption in their territorial structure. A piece of their map is missing. Understanding this changes how we interpret behaviors like clinginess or separation anxiety. Your cat isn't being needy in the way we might think. They're reacting to a structural change in their environment. You're not separate from their space. You are part of the territory itself. Your presence literally holds their world together. Cats are also experts in reading body language. While humans rely heavily on spoken words, cats are masters of nonverbal communication. Every gesture you make sends them information. When you approach slowly, avoid sudden movements, and keep your posture relaxed, your cat reads all of that as non-threatening, safe, trustworthy. But if you move erratically, make loud, unexpected noises, or hover over them from above, they might interpret those actions as dominant or even aggressive. Even if you have zero harmful intentions, your eyes tell them stories too. Direct staring can feel threatening. Soft gazes and slow blinks communicate affection and trust. Over time, your cat learns to decode your every move with remarkable precision. This is why they sometimes seem to anticipate your intentions before you even act. It's not magic or telepathy. It's feline expertise in reading human behavior, built from thousands of hours observing you. This silent conversation shapes how they perceive you and ultimately how safe they feel around you. They don't need your words. They need your presence, your consistency, you're calm. Your voice also carries enormous weight. You might think your cat doesn't understand what you're saying, and in terms of literal word meanings, you're mostly right. But they absolutely pick up on how you say things. Cats are sensitive to tone, pitch, and rhythm. A soft, high-pitched voice is often perceived as friendly or nurturing. A loud, sharp tone signals danger or disapproval. Some studies suggest cats can even distinguish their owner's voice from that of a stranger. They respond specifically to it. Over time, your vocal tone becomes another layer of their emotional map of you. When you speak lovingly to them, when you narrate your day in their presence, you're not wasting your breath. You're reinforcing a bond through sound and feeling, through the melody and rhythm of your voice. Tone becomes memory. Rhythm becomes reassurance. Your voice becomes part of who they know you to be. Recent research also shows that cats can develop different attachment styles, much like children do in human psychology. Some cats are securely attached. They explore confidently, they return to their owner for comfort, and they show resilience during stressful situations. Other cats display anxious or avoidant attachment. They might hide excessively, vocalize with distress, or react strongly when you leave. These attachment styles aren't random. They're shaped by how you interact with your cat every single day. Whether your behavior is consistent or unpredictable directly influences that bond. In their eyes, you're not just a caregiver, you're an emotional anchor. The type of bond you create affects how they see you, not just today, but for years to come. You're not just part of their life, you're part of their emotional foundation. Let's address a common myth. Cats are not cold or unaffectionate. That outdated belief comes from people who don't understand feline communication. Studies on cat-human attachment reveal that many cats form emotional bonds with their humans that are comparable in security to the bonds children have with their caregivers. When a cat chooses to sit on your chest, sleep on your pillow, or follow you into the bathroom, they're not being lazy or bored. They're seeking closeness, warmth, and the emotional comfort your presence provides. Affection in cats looks different than it does in dogs, but it's no less real. It's expressed through slow blinks, gentle headbutts, grooming, and simply being near you. The next time someone says cats are heartless, remember they just don't speak the language of feline love. Let me share some real examples from everyday life. Have you ever had your cat jump on your laptop exactly when you're in the middle of something important? Or maybe they've brought you a random object, a sock, a bottle cap, a leaf, like it's some kind of grand treasure. These aren't just quirky behaviors. They're your cat, including you in their world. That sock isn't trash to them. It's a gift. That interruption on your keyboard isn't spite. It's attention-seeking, but in the way cats communicate with trusted companions. One person online shared how their cat, after being left alone for a weekend, ignored them for an entire day upon their return, then suddenly curled up beside them as if nothing ever happened. Another person described how their cat sleeps on their suitcase the night before a trip, as if trying to say, "You're not leaving without me." These small moments reveal how deeply cats track your presence and how emotionally invested they are in the rhythm of your shared life. What's the weirdest or sweetest thing your cat has ever done for you? Drop it in the comments. It might even inspire a future video. Sleeping habits also tell us a lot about how your cat views you. Where your cat chooses to sleep carries significant meaning. If they sleep near you, on you, or in your bed, it's not just about warmth or comfort, though those are factors. It's about trust and safety. In the wild, cats are most vulnerable when they're asleep. Choosing to nap next to you, belly exposed or pressed against your body, is an ultimate act of faith. They're saying, "I feel safe here. I trust you." Does your cat seek you out at bedtime? Do they follow you into the bedroom or insist on sleeping on your things when you're gone? That's their way of staying close to what they see as their protector. Sleeping behaviors are one of the clearest signals of feline attachment. When your cat shares their most defenseless moments with you, they're bonding with you at the deepest level possible. Now let's talk about some frequently asked questions. Do cats recognize their owners? Yes, but not primarily by face. They use scent, voice, and behavior patterns. Visual recognition plays only a minor role compared to smell and sound. Do cats think humans are cats? In many ways, yes. They interact with us using cat social behaviors. They don't categorize species the way we do. If you act like a trusted companion, they treat you like one, regardless of what you look like. Why does my cat stare at me? Prolonged staring is a form of communication. If it's followed by a slow blink, it's affection. A hard stare without blinking might be a request for attention or a subtle challenge. Context and body language tell the full story. Why does my cat follow me everywhere? Because you're part of their social group. Following you helps them feel secure and in control of their environment. It also reinforces their bond with you. They're not being clingy, they're being social. Why does my cat sleep on me? For warmth, protection, and trust. Sleeping on you shows they see you as a safe place. It's one of the highest compliments a cat can give. That brings us to perhaps the most intriguing question of all. If your cat sees you as their mother, as part of their family, as their emotional anchor, what memories do they actually hold on to? Do they remember the day you adopted them? The time you left for vacation? That moment when you cried and they wouldn't leave your side? The truth is, a cat's emotional memory runs deeper than most people realize. And in the next video, we're going to explore exactly what your cat holds on to and why certain memories last for their entire life. You won't want to miss it.